Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now in tune to the greatest podcast that's ever been created. Welcome to the club. It's the 8-Bit Clubhouse Podcast, episode 16, recorded Monday, September 2nd. Happy Labor Day. Introducing first your host. He's your favorite gamer, Hambone Johnny. And next up, he's the coolest kid on the playground. It's Kevin L.A., a.k.a. The Coos. And last but most, he's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Drew. Guys and gals, you picked the perfect night to tune in. I'll tell you what, our episode is jam-packed. I don't even know how we're going to fit this all in. We've got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Of course, what we've been playing, we're going to talk about that. We've got a ton of listener questions. Drew goes the dark side, ? Hambone has a mystery game for us and possibly another Koopa Combat announcement. Guys, I'm so excited. What's going on with you?
We're back in the grind, right? School's back. Summer's ending. The colder weather's turning. It's lovely to be alive. It's lovely. I have a lot of stories to tell, but before I get to all my stories, Hambone, what's going on with you, buddy?
Yeah, man. Time traveling over here. Apparently, it's September 2nd. Who knew?
Is it? Oh no, it's the first.
It's the first. It's all right though.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're good, man. I'm having a blast. Great 3-day weekends. Didn't really do much except a bunch of fantasy football drafts. That's sort of tis the season. We had a draft with the Nintendo dads on Friday night, so that was fun. I had
nice.
2 drafts yesterday and just finished up another draft just before we started recording here. So
look at you.
Locked and loaded. Craziness is going on. I've got one more big auction league that's happening Wednesday night with my old frat buddies there. So really excited for that one. I came in second last year, trying to take home the crown. Got some really good keepers. We'll see how that all goes. But yeah, man, just living the life over here. You talk
how
about
how many fantasy leagues are you in?
7. I'm in 7.
Oh, are you kidding me?
The problem
7 leagues, Hambone.
Now the problem is you're rooting against yourself at some point. You can't.
I'm rooting for Hambone. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. I meant the players because there's
let
the
players fall where they meet. Yeah, you got to focus on your team and put the best lineup forward. Like whatever the other team does doesn't matter. Your team is what matters.
That's right.
But I am doing a guillotine league this year. Have you guys heard about those?
Never heard of that.
So basically, you draft however many people in your league. We're doing 18 different teams are in this league. You draft a smaller roster, and whoever scores the lowest points for the week gets cut. And all their players from their team goes into the pool, so you can bid on, and the remaining teams
have heard about that.
Better on.
Okay.
So yeah, basically last man type standing. So one of those 7s is a guillotine league. So only 6 really to worry about here.
Well, unless you're going to go out first week, then I think you have to worry about 7.
This is true. You know what? Fair enough.
No way he goes out first week. No way a guy in 7 fantasy leagues goes out week 1. He knows his stuff. He's gonna do it.
I try to stay on top of it for the most part, but yeah, no, just kind of hung out, played a bunch of games with the fam this weekend. I wanted to show off the new controller I got, the 8BitDo Pro 3 controller. Right, it's got some nice extra buttons up top. It's got the Pro buttons in the back. Mm-hmm. What I really like about this too, it has these little sliders next to the triggers, and if you slide it over, it's like full analog. But if you want to slide it this way, it's like clicky. It's like a Switch. So pretty cool.
Fancy.
Comes with the charging base, and it's all kind of put together. It's made for the Switch, but you can hook it up to your PC. You can change around the buttons. So yeah, that I haven't gotten the Switch 2 Pro controller yet, but I did pick that one up, and I've been enjoying it so far. So
I've got it's crazy that you said that because I've got the Pro 2 controller. It doesn't have the little switches to change the triggers, but I just pulled it out of storage and charged it. Actually, this weekend for the first time in like a year, I just broke it out because I was going to connect it to my iPad and play the PlayStation remotely.
Oh, that's perfect for
yeah,
that. It's
with
got a
that,
really good
so.
D-pad as well. So if you're into
Yeah.
like the 2D type games,
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, those are good controllers. Yeah. That
Yeah.
one's super fancy with the charging dock and everything. That's really nice.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, I really, really liked it. So yeah, that's what's going on over here. I don't know, Drew, what's going on over your way?
There's a lot going on in the Drew world. Wife and I went out last weekend to the casino, a nice little concert, saw some OAR, and I've been seeing OAR for probably 15 years now, and it's like they're a smaller band. If you never heard of them, I guess if you had to compare them to someone, maybe like a Dave Matthews type style band.
Sure.
But anyways, you could tell you're getting older because all these people at the concert now are these middle-aged people, and they're starting to bring like their kids. So like now there's a lot of like 12, 13-year-old girls with their parents, and it's like different vibe. I mean, I'm all for it. I prefer. I don't mind the vibe, but it's different. But the reason I bring this up, we treated ourselves is at a casino, Michael Jordan Steakhouse. We let's go big, and I was like, I was up a little bit from the gambling early on, had a few drinks flowing, and I'm like, let's go with the Wagyu filet. And sure, there was a filet mignon on the menu, but I wanted the Wagyu version, which of course was double the price.
Yeah.
And when I say it was delicious, it was delicious. But my problem at the end of the night when I paid my bill was sitting there looking at the bill, a lot of money. And I say to myself, they probably could have served me the normal regular filet, and I don't think I would have known the difference.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, delicious. I just don't think a filet is a pretty tender cut of meat to begin with, so I don't know what the Wagyu did for me. It tasted the same.
You should have ordered both. You just got to test
I had
it
a
out.
side-by-side comparison.
Next time. I'm gonna be up big for that one.
Yeah.
So funny story. I went back to the same casino today, spur of the moment thing, and I saw my first ever women's NBA game. It was fun. Fun time.
Like at the casino or like on television?
No,
the Sun plays there.
They play the Connecticut Sun play at Mohegan Sun Arena.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was spur of the moment thing. $27 a ticket. Me and my kid went. We had a blast. It was a fun time. It was a really fun time.
Live sports.
Live sports are good. A lot going on in the arena. I caught a shirt from the T-shirt cannon.
No way.
Yeah, it was.
That's fun.
That's awesome.
Evan opens.
Was it your size?
Extra large adult. Evan was like, I can't fit in this.
Yeah.
2 more stories that I tell quick. So we're cleaning out the old toy room, chock full of just dolls and trains and Swiss model, you name it. And I'm just trying to clean it out. This winter, I want to kind of make it more in like a gaming room, football room. And we're going through stuff, and I'm a sucker for posting this stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Just love it. I eat it up. I love the messages from people, that the wheeling dealing. Just love it. So I post these things. They're called La La Loopsy dolls. Because I don't know if your daughters have them, because they're about my daughter's age. They're nothing special. They're probably like a 10-inch doll, and they kind of look like these creepy Tim Burton style dolls, but they're not, but a colorful style. So I was like, all right, there was like maybe 10 of them with a bunch of little pets and some accessories. So I was like, $45. I'm in the market to just make. I don't want to make all the money. I just want to get them out of my house, and I don't want to throw them away. I want someone to use them that are going to have like these kids that maybe can't afford them. So I'm not in it to make money. So anyways, I posted like 20 different items, but these La La Loopsy things, I kept getting messages like nonstop. And they're like, will you ship these to New York? Will you ship these to Alabama? Will you ship? And I'm like, what? No, I'm not shipping these. It's $45. Like It's more of a hassle for me to ship them. It's like local pickup only. More messages. Will you sell just one of them to me? And I'm like, no. And I was like, and then there was this woman, a little bit older, and she's like, well, you're really undercharging. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, some of those dolls you have are worth like $50 or $70 each.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? So I started looking it up on eBay. I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm just like, ah. So then I bumped up the price. I was like, screw it. $150. So I was like,
wow, you went from 45 to 150?
Turn it up.
Somebody's coming tomorrow to pick them up for $150.
Jeepers creepers, dude.
Who knew? Who knows that the plushies that I had?
That's
All right.
wild.
The real reason we need to
Always
talk.
now hold on. Let me
Yeah.
pause there, Drew.
Yeah,
First of all, you're the only person I've ever heard of that loves Marketplace. Like, it's so janky. I hate selling stuff.
Love
on
the
Marketplace.
drama.
I love.
That's awesome.
I had somebody ask
I
me.
love selling stuff. I do love selling stuff, but I don't like Marketplace in particular, just because
Sure.
it's like, is this still available? Of course,
Yes.
it's still available, man. It's
And then
still
they never,
there. I
and
posted
then
it.
you say yes, and they never get back to you.
I know.
someone
I know.
today-
You love that.
Took a screenshot of the Lala Loopsy doll that I posted, zoomed in, and said, "Do you have the shoes for this doll?" So
Oh
I
my
don't friggin' know if I
gosh.
have the shoes for it.
Yeah.
But-
And also, before you sell this stuff, man, look it up on eBay and see what the price is going for, or
Yeah,
even
well-
look it up on Marketplace and see what similar comps is what you're looking for. That way you can get the money.
Yeah.
You want to price it aggressively, but still not that 45 to 150 that's a big
Listen.
jump.
That's a big jump there.
Apparently, I was wrong with the Lala Loopsies.
Power to you.
Good for you though. Good for you. You got a little spending money now.
Little spending money.
Right.
But what I really need your help and the listeners' help here is we entered a situation where we all love my dog Goomba, right?
Yep.
He's getting old. He looks exactly like a Mario Goomba. 14 years old, just turned 14 2 weeks ago. The problem is now that he's getting older, he loves to sleep. And I'm gonna, Cruz, I know you had an older dog a little while back, right? So at nighttime, right? We're all, the kids go to bed. Wife and I stay up for like an hour, watch a TV show. We go to bed. So he's sleeping somewhere on the floor, on the couch, in his bed, wherever it might be. And it's like time to go to bed. And, you have to take him out to go pee before we go to bed. I cannot, for the life of me, ever get him to wake up. I've tried everything, like open the front door, like, oh my God, look who's here. There's somebody here. Open up the refrigerator, like, hey, you want some cheese? I've said, you want a treat? Come get a treat. Shake his treat bag. He sounds asleep. He doesn't move. The other night, no lie, I got some string cheese, like string mozzarella cheese, shredded cheese, and he's laying on the ground on his side in the middle of the living room. And I get the little shredded cheese, and I just put it on the ground right in front of his face. And you just see him. He starts sniffing it. And he just like, with his mouth, just kind of moves and licks it and eats it while he's sleeping and just stays asleep.
That's awesome.
Goomba.
So I need your guys' help, the listeners' help. What are some ideas? 9:30 at night, time to go to bed, buddy. How do I get this guy up?
Why are you waking him up to go outside to pee?
Yeah, and then we bring him upstairs. He sleeps upstairs with us.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But he has to pee before he goes to bed.
Will he pee on the floor?
He could, or he's going to wake me up at like 1 a.m. to bark, and then he wants to go to the bathroom. But if he goes out at 9:30, he'll sleep until morning.
Right.
Could you try to get him out at like 8 instead, and try to run it that way, like before he like settles down with you guys watching TV?
Then do I let him sleep down there? I mean, I gotta bring him back upstairs because, I don't want to leave him by himself. He's an old guy.
He might not even know you're there, man. I mean,
he probably doesn't.
Yeah, it sounds like he's like
he's out.
Is not aware of anything that's going on.
So
I don't know. We ended up using towards the end, of my dog's eras. We ended up using like cloth diapers.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that's something you could just like slap on him and take him to bed and say, "It is what it is, man." But that's nasty. So there's that too. I don't know. That's tough. It sounds like. I mean, how's his hearing?
He's fine. I think he's just like I'm sleeping. Leave me the F alone. Like, I think that's his
Right.
mentality. Like,
I
I
mean,
don't
that's
want
mine too, really.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we should sleep on it. Maybe we'll come back with some ideas,
Yeah.
but we need some ideas to get him up and motivated.
Yeah.
So how about you, Drew? Is anything new with you?
Yeah, I was going to mention, you mentioned the WNBA. When we were in Knoxville a couple weeks ago, we went to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame,
Oh, nice.
which was a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Mm.
I thought it was just going to be like, oh, here's some, memorabilia, but it was very informative, and it made you respect the game, really.
Nice.
How women have been involved in it since,
Yep.
not the 1900s. So that was
Very cool.
20 years ago. So I recommend that place if you're ever in Knoxville, Tennessee. But we came back from Knoxville, had a couple days here, and then we planned a camping trip up in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. And we just, we were home like maybe 4 days in August. We were just go. And we had a feeling like we shouldn't be going on this camping trip. Like, we need to slow down a minute. My wife went to Arizona. She came back from Arizona. And the next day we packed up and left for this camping trip. And I was cooped up with the kids in school. And, I was just, I don't know. It was just, the trip didn't feel right. Halfway there, so we booked it at this, we go to KOAs, which is like Campgrounds of America or whatever. And we stay in these little cabins, which is just like, there's just like a queen bed and 2 bunk beds and a desk. That's it in these cabins.
Yeah.
You have to take your own sheets and pillows. Halfway there, I realized I didn't pack bedding for the kids. So they weren't going to have bedding. So we got there. I went to Walmart, got some sheets, got some pillows. We really I didn't pack any. I was in charge of packing, which is rare. My wife usually does this. I was in charge of it this time because she was in Arizona. She came back. We left. So I packed minimal food. I had like 2 bags of chips and a thing of bananas. So we were starving. We ate out a lot, and it was very expensive there. The campground's Wi-Fi was completely trash garbage. It was raining, lots of rain. Weather was bad. It was cold, freezing. We couldn't build a fire because there was a fire ban because it was too dry, but it was piss pouring raining. So I don't know like how that happened. When we got there, we went to a burger place. You remember when you and John did the podcast, I sent you all a menu of like all these crazy burgers that had like peanut butter and all these, and told you all to pick which one you get. We went back to that same place, and it wasn't good. I liked it, but my wife was like, everything's greasy and blah blah blah. She wasn't a fan. Took forever to get our food. So then we go that night, and we're in bed, and I'm like, it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm done with the day. So I get up to go. I'm like, I'm gonna go walk to the bathroom that's a quarter mile away and pee and brush my teeth, come back and pass out. I get up off the bed and I'm walking out of the room, and my wife's like, you got a bug. You got 2 bugs on your back. And she smacks me. I'm like, what in the world? Like, I just grab the bug and throw it off. So I get the bug and I look at it, and she's like, what is it? And I'm like, I think it's a tick. I'm like, oh, what? And we don't have ticks in Colorado. Like, we don't have the trees to have the ticks, so we don't have ticks I've ever seen. Maybe somewhere up in the mountains, but then it gets too cold for them to live. So then I Google this bug, and it's bed bugs.
No.
Oh,
yeah, dude. And then so I start looking around and find it's worse than a tick. I find like 10 to 12 of these things all over my bed and the kid's bed. So then my wife's trying to get us a hotel. Everything's booked up. It's Labor Day weekend. This was last Thursday night. Everything's booked up. She ends up calling like the emergency line at the campground. They switch us to like this other cabin it's got a bathroom, it's got an upstairs. It's basically like a hotel, but it's a cabin. So they switch us to that one. They've got their own bedding and sheets and everything. So we go there. Obviously, the next day we go to the hot springs. My daughter forgot to pack a a bathing suit, so I had to go buy a bathing suit for her. We were there. It cost $80 to get into this hot spring. We were there for about 45 minutes. The whole time, this place has an amazing donut place. Like, this is why I go to this town for donuts. And they're like, they claim they're the world's second best apple fritter. Only the Amish do it. Is their slogan. The past 2 times I've gone, apple fritters fresh out of the grease. I mean, melt in your mouth. Life-changing donuts. I go now under new management, man.
Oh, no.
They were like, I don't even know who was running this place, but it wasn't good. I got the apple fritter. It was trash. I was unhappy. It just capped off. And yeah, we ended up coming back a day early. We were supposed to come back Sunday. We came back Saturday.
Yeah.
We were just done with it. And of course, then we get home. I have all our stuff quarantined. We put it in my wife's sauna, turned it up to 175 because the internet says if it's 125 degrees, it kills bed bugs. So we put everything in the sauna, cranked it up to 175, and baked everything.
Let's do 50
degrees. Did you fumigate yourself before you went back home?
Yeah, and then I had to wash everything. So I've been washing everything over the past 3 days. And so that was how my weekend went. It's the second worst camping trip I've ever had.
Man.
So the first one just had the first worst one had more sand, more bugs, and I destroyed my car keys, and my car alarm went off all night in a campground. So that's what made the first one worse. But yeah, this one was pretty bad, but I'm glad to be home. And here we are, back with my guys, back with the 8-Bit Clubhouse. That was my story, and I'm sticking to it. Guys, tell me what you've been playing, Drew.
Oh, man, what have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of crap, and I mean crap. So I played Donkey Kong, and I beat it, so I was like, I just need a new, fresh game. And I was like, well, there's a lot of demos out there. Let me try some demos. And I had the Wild Heart S demo out there, which is made for the Switch 2. If you don't know what it is, it's very, I guess, Monster Hunter-ish type style game. This game was like super impressive.
Really?
Like from a graphical point of view, definitely felt that I wasn't playing a Switch. Like you could tell it was a Switch 2 game. It was, very detailed character creation. I made this girl and then my wife said, why make it a girl? I was like, well, why not make it a girl character? What's wrong with that? I made her this badass chick. And I was like, let's go. And it was fun. It was a great game. And then, the more I thought about it, I was like, am I ready to like dive deep into this type of game? Do I want to spend the $60? But overall, I was impressed with the game itself. Graphically looked awesome. So that was Wild Heart S demo that I tried. But again, it wasn't for me. Wasn't in the mood. So I said, all right, what else we got here? So I looked at some demos and I came across this game called Pathfinder. And it looked to me like a console version of like an MMO style with like kind of reminded me of like a Raven's Watch Diablo feel. I'm like, let me try this sucker. This could be something for me. So download the demo and I'm in the character creation menu. I'm like, oh, this is sweet. Let me, maybe I'll go with a guy this time, see what I can do here. And when I tell you, what I hate about demos, there's all different kinds of demos, right? They have like, you play the first level, you have 2 hours, you get whatever. When I tell you I was still on the character creation screen and a message popped up. Thanks for playing the Pathfinder demo. Please purchase. And I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah, and it looked fun.
Now, did they not give you enough time, or did you take forever creating your character?
I'm telling you, I bet you I took like 15 minutes. And I say that because I created my character, and then it was like 12 different classes that you could choose from, and also races. So I was like, oh, there's like elves and humans and dwarfs and the whole 9 yards. So I was like reading the descriptions, like the lore of why do I want to choose that race, and like, what type of class is this? Oh, it's like a ranger and has a pet. Like, all right, like that one sounds fun. Let me read a little bit about it. And then so like there was a lot of content to choose from. It's not like I was really taking my time. I was reading the menus. So yeah. And then listen to the kicker. Very next day I did an email from Nintendo. There's a wish list sale, and the game was on sale for like $4.99. I was like, nope, not even giving it $5.
Wow.
Wow.
What was it normally?
Maybe 25 or so. I forget what it was. It was a big sale. Yeah.
That's a pretty good sale.
Nintendo must have known. They were like, let's go 5 on this. See if it would get any takers.
Nope. Also been playing. I played Mario Golf. After that, I said, let me go to the NSO.
Let's go to the classics.
Let's go to the NSO. And I found Mario Golf on the Game Boy Color. Did you guys ever play this one? Either have I.
I don't think so.
I thought I did. It was awesome. It was fantastic. There's an overworld. There's a story mode with an overworld that you can move around the map, and you can go to the clubhouse. You can walk around in the clubhouse, kind of like the new Speed Rush one. And then you can kind of go do little side challenges, like you have to put it closest to the pin in this little green. And then when you're ready, you can go to a course and you can play a tournament. I played like the whole story mode. It was fun. Now the actual golf is similar to the original like NES golf, where it's just like the
yeah,
but a little bit more enhanced. There's a few more mechanics involved since it was a little bit newer. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it for kind of a spur of the moment thing. I played it over the course of a couple nights while watching TV. Then I've been playing Dead Cells a little bit, which I've played it a million times. I just wanted to jump in to play a little hack and slash. But what I ended up getting was all I want to talk about the most was Creature in the Well. This was a game that came out.
First off the bat, that sounds like a Drew game, just with no other explanation.
So Creature in the Well was in a few Nintendo Directs back in the day, and it was kind of advertised as a hack and slash dungeon crawler with pinball mechanics. That's kind of like what it's known for. What I would question now that I play. Update. I played the entire game. I beat it. I 100%ed it in about 8 hours. It was fun. I don't know if I would call the pinball mechanics. So the premise of this game is, you kind of have these two items. You kind of have like they're both kind of swords-ish, but one of them you can kind of like catch these balls that shoot at you, right? And then the other one you can kind of shoot the balls, right? So the idea is you have to shoot the balls at the enemies. You might have to catch them, and sometimes shoot fireballs that you can't catch, and then you can kind of aim and shoot them back, and they do bounce off the area. And it's kind of the way the dungeons are designed are kind of like an old school, like original NES Zelda game where you kind of go from like one screen to the next screen in a more fluid way. But you have to like beat all the enemies on that screen, and then the door opens and you move on to the next screen. It was fun. It got very challenging. Like I was on the verge of thinking I was almost about to rage quit. I did look up like, what am I missing? Because there was like one or two like items or weapons that I couldn't find, and one of them was it regens your health like as you play. So I was like, oh, like that would make a huge difference for me, because there's no like health when the final boss I was like just had to dodge, and it was like one of those like 10 phase boss fights. But I also thought, I was like, am I playing the mechanics of this game wrong? It just felt odd. Like you're throwing things at me, I'm holding a button to catch the balls, and then I throw like another button to throw them. It just felt awkward. I felt like the buttons were wrong, and it was kind of hard to control. That was my opinion on it. I enjoyed it. Like I give it probably like a 6 out of 10. I don't regret buying it. I regret playing through it, but I don't know if I'd be like, oh man, you have to go play Creature in the Well. But yeah, it was it was good. It was fun. It was fine.
Are you the creature, or are you trying to destroy the creatures?
There is a cool little storyline with it, but no, you're fighting the creature. There's a creature in the well, and you're just this like last robot guy that's alive, and you kind of have to fight him and find out why he's in there and stuff. So, yeah, it's not bad. And then just this weekend, my wife said we need another game to play. We played Donkey Kong. What's the next game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I don't know. Kirby and the Forgotten Land or some DLC, but to be honest, Jamboree TV gave me a bad taste, and I don't know if I want to give Nintendo another $20 for something that might not even be a real game, because I haven't really been into it. So no, come on, let's just get it. We'll play it together. I said, okay. let's get it. So we've been playing. We played maybe the first 5 or 6 levels. So it's just like the first game. I guess my thing is kind of like the Wagyu beef story. I don't recall if I'm playing new levels or if I'm playing the same level with added stars or crystals, and I don't remember. So it's fine. I played a lot of Kirby in the Forgotten Land. It's very similar. It's just different. You're gonna find different stars in the level. I think from what I'm gathering, it's like you go to a level and now there's 2 branches of that level. And I think it's like you branch off and go maybe other directions that they added on to that level. And some of them might overlap some portions, but some of them don't. And it's fine. Every level has about like 10 of these little crystal shards that you have to find. 3 of them for beating the level, 3 of them for doing special things. And then just like the original game, some certain little side mission you have to do in the level. So if you liked Forgotten Land, it's more of the same game. We'll keep playing it. I'm not going to 100% it or anything like that, but the wife wanted to play a game, so I caved to Kirby.
I guess I just assumed it was the same game with updated graphics. I didn't
it's
read
different.
the fine print or whatever.
Yeah,
but
So
there's
like
a cutscene.
Different levels or remixed levels or something like that.
It's more like remixed with new levels. Like right when you jump on the star to go to the world map, there's like a cutscene, and it shows like a crystal asteroid hits the water, and it like breaks into a million pieces over the old map.
Okay.
And then,
that's cool.
And then, like I said, let's say there was like 8 levels in each world of the original. This one has like maybe 2 levels in each land or world. So it's so instead of 8 or 10 levels, there's like 2 new levels per world, and you progress through it that way. So it's added, it's new content, it's the same style of game. I'm playing as Waddle Dee. I let her play as Kirby, which is annoying because then you get like bubbled to her when you go off screen. But
yeah,
sacrifices, right? Sacrifices.
That's right.
She was singing that whole Donkey Kong game. At least you can let her be Kirby this time, right?
That's fair. That is very very fair.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids are still playing the Donkey Kong game.
Awesome.
My youngest beat it and now has gone back and started a new game. Like they love that game. It's crazy.
Good for them.
I talked to my friend Marcy who demoed who did a demo at GameStop for over the weekend, and she said that I don't know. She said that Nintendo needs to focus more on kind of Donkey Kong. Like they're really pushing Mario Kart World and Madden, believe it or not, which is understandable because of football, but also Donkey Kong's like legit, and Nintendo needs to press into that. So they were, and Kirby was nowhere to be found for that demo. So, yeah. Anyways, Darth Platypus said he played the Mario Golf when it came out. You could upgrade your character and then use that transfer thing to bring your character to Mario Golf 64, which is amazing.
That is cool.
They could do that back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hambone.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Nope.
That was a lot of fun on that. I'm going to play that, Drew, because I need a game.
Very relaxing.
So there you go.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. Hambone, tell me what you've been playing.
Yeah. Not much new, to be perfectly honest with you. Still on Night Rain, of course. Last time we chatted, it was the super version of the dogs, the 3-headed dog fight was about to come out, and they kicked our ass. This has been the toughest fight that they've put out since the start of the game. Took us all week, never beat him. Now he's gone for now. So this is the first boss I haven't been able to take down. I got one time I played it solo, and I died. Probably the thing needed like 2 more hits. And I got shot behind, and then that was it for me. No revives, nothing left. So that was heartbreaking. But he'll be back. There's supposed to be some updated content dropping on September 11th, like new game modes or something like that. So I'll still be popping in and out, but just wanted to report back some sad news that I have not been able to defeat every boss.
That's devastating news.
Yes. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Hey, but we have a question in chat from 10vol316. Expedition 33. Did you end up playing that one?
I did play that. I did play Expedition
Oh.
33 earlier this year when it came out. Amazing
right.
game. Highly
right.
recommend. Great story, great music, really fun combat. Probably my game of the year right now.
Ooh.
So
Really? Overnight Rain.
Overnight Rain. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was that impactful. It was.
Is that the Claire Obscura one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember you talking pretty highly about that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a great game too. Let's see what else we got here. Still on Peglin. Still doing some runs in Peglin. I figured it out a little bit more. I think last time I talked about it, I was like, I'm just shooting balls everywhere. Like whatever. We'll, trying to clear the enemies and shoot some balls or whatever. There's definitely more of a strategy to it. I've unlocked a few additional characters. One character I needed to like bounce a ball off like 7 different slime pegs, so I had to acquire different balls that would apply the slime effect, and everything was slimy, double damage, shocking enemies. It was crazy. I got the character for the slime. There was another one where you had to apply like this. I think it's called like spinnies, basically. I think it messes up the enemy's attack. That there's like a chance for them to miss when they attack you. So I had to apply a certain number of that effect onto the enemy. I unlocked another character. So yeah, it feels like an incomplete game to me, to be perfectly honest. There's not much direction. After I beat, I think it was the second time with the main character that you get at the beginning, it unlocks the Crucible mode, which is basically like the challenge. It's like what would Slay the Spire when you raise the difficulty? What's that?
Oh, Ascension.
Ascension. It's basically the Ascension for
Yeah.
this game, where it's like creating a harder win condition for you. So there's 20 levels of that, and there's trophies associated with like passing Crucible level 5, 10, 15, and so on and so forth. So it's still fun. It's something where if I don't want to get too invested, I just want to put something on. I don't want to watch TV. It's an easy thing to play. It lets you walk away mid-run. So the runs are like 40 minutes if you do well, but you can leave at any point and it'll save and you can continue from there on.
Is it as good as, because it reminds me of this game, Dungeon Crawler?
I think it's better than Dungeon Crawler.
Really?
It's same
concept, like
same arena, right? I'm not saying heads and tails above Dungeon Crawler, but I think it's a little bit better than Dungeon Crawler. Dungeon Crawler just like it just got too much mayhem, like not enough strategy. Like there was just stuff everywhere in terms of what the claw was picking up, and you couldn't necessarily like identify what you wanted to get. But yeah,
I liked that game. It was good. It was good fun on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dungeon Crawler is probably like a 6, and this game's probably like a 6.5. You know, it's close. Finished up Dark Souls 3, so that was sort of the big game that I've been playing. It's shorter, certainly a lot shorter than like an Elden Ring or something. I beat it in 22 hours. I cleared every boss except one of the optional bosses that I blocked off a path like halfway through the game that I should have done. I should have knocked down a bridge before beating this boss, and if you don't do that, then you can't get down to this other secret area. So that was one thing that I've got to go back and do eventually. But really great game, probably my favorite FromSoft game, aside from Elden Ring. It's definitely up there.
Now, did you play?
Darth is playing Peglin again. I love it.
Did you play? Did you just play Dark Souls 2 as well? I know you played
Dark Souls first one. Remastered, the first one.
Okay, so you didn't go back and play 2.
No.
Yes.
I did get Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 delivered to me. And I was planning to play them sequentially, but Dark Souls 3 got delivered first, so I just started it.
Okay.
That's right.
And that's that.
But
no, it's really good. There's a ton of side stuff that I missed in the game. Like several accessories, probably 20 some odd accessories that I missed. All these different sorceries and different magic spells that I've just missed. You have like this home base that you basically go back to at different points during the story. There's a blacksmith there to level up your weapons. There's a shopkeeper there. But this area is significantly spaced. Like there's a lot of other room where you'd expect people to be. And I'm like, when are people going to join my home base? Well, I didn't find most of them. It's come to find out. So I'm basically going back through and A lot of them I can find, even though I've beaten the game and come back and buy their spells or do their sort of side quests. But some I've just missed. Um, so I'm on the fence. I may or may not run a new game plus on Dark Souls 3. But for right now, I'm just kind of going around and
Savage.
yeah,
Savage.
it's that good, man. It really is that good. If I want to go for the platinum, I have to beat it 3 times for all different 3 endings.
Jeez
So
Louise.
that might
At
be
a
a long.
At a 20-hour minimum
Yes.
per time.
Hey, it could be worse.
It could
way
be.
worse.
Absolutely.
It could be
Yeah.
way worse.
I keep seeing the first one remastered on the Switch, and I'm just like close. But instead, I
Well-
played Creature in the Well.
Mhm.
Very good. There's a lot of creatures. There's also several wells in the game too.
Good
So-
to know.
Yeah, just in case you need to know. But the last game I'll mention here is Robots at Midnight. This is a game that I played at PAX East 2 years ago. It was in that the PAX Rising, like that little showcase area with the red carpet. It's a Souls light game. You're not crafting your character, but you are getting different materials to craft better weapons, better armor, and there's a few different consumables and whatnot that you can eat to refill your health or increase your stamina or certain things like that. It's got a very, I guess I would call it like a Fortnite esque kind of art style.
Yeah, I like
Um,
that art style. I'm looking at
Yeah,
it.
it's fun, playful. To be honest with you, not the best game. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. I was in the mood for something Souls adjacent, and this was there, and I wanted to support the developers that I had met, when we were there a couple years ago. Got it for $15. I beat it in about 4.5 hours. So not a terribly long game. There's just not a lot of depth here. The fighting is okay. The controls are floaty. One of my favorite things about the game is that after you beat an enemy, the ragdoll physics are really funny. So like you might smack him like one extra time and the enemy will just go flying off the screen and get stuck on a fence like halfway across the map, like silly stuff like that. But at the same time, like you're trying to climb up a ladder in a few different sections and you can't like hit up on the control stick to go up. You have to like jump every single rung and like weird clunky stuff like that. So it was all right. The story was whatever. You're a girl trying to find your dad. You're on this planet with robots. It was a bunch of mayhem. Nothing really made sense, but it was all right. It was something that kept me busy this weekend. So I got it, I think, Thursday afternoon. And I rolled credits on Saturday. So
Nice.
yeah, it was all right.
Speaking of Patsy's, when we all went 2 years ago, we waited in line for a game that we probably waited way too long for. The extremely powerful Capybaras. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Oh yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
It's like Vampire Survivors.
Yes.
Comes out this month. Comes out September 25th. It's
On
$5.90
Switch?
on Switch, $5.99, and this game has online co-op.
It does.
Really?
It does. It's
It
been out on Steam
does.
for a while. I've played with Owen actually. He really
So
likes
we might have to pick. This might be a
I think
good
so.
one for our Monday night streams.
I think that would be
How are
fun.
the reviews on that on stream or on Steam?
It's mixed to mostly positive, I think. Somewhere in that
Okay,
range.
all
It's
right,
not like
yeah.
amazing, but it's okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was fine
For-
when we played
For
it.
$5, for $5 or
Yeah.
$6 to have a good laugh and a good time.
Yeah, it's worth $5 for sure.
Yeah.
That's a better game than Robots at Midnight. I will say that. So that's me. How about you, Coos? What have you been playing?
I mean, not a lot, right? I took my iPad and my 8BitDo Pro 2 controller to the campsite so I could stream to play a game, any game on my iPad from my PlayStation. And of course, the internet was so bad, it wouldn't even, I could barely see emails. So I was unable to play any game the way I wanted to there at the campsite. I'm still playing coffee golf. And I got an email saying now there's Coffee Pool.
Incredible.
So I downloaded Coffee Pool and I played it about 5 days in a row. And then I'm like, I can only have one phone game. And right now it's coffee golf. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to play coffee golf forever and not coffee pool. Coffee pool wasn't bad. I mean, as far as pool mechanics go, they made it real. They dumbed it down like they did coffee golf, like the basics, to make it easy for everybody to play. So it's not that coffee pool isn't bad. it is just not for me. I don't have the capacity to play another game on my phone. That is. Let's see. What else did I have? So I finally figured out, Hambone, how to stream. I figured out stream. What's the Streamlabs?
Streamlabs or OBS or
Yeah,
what it was?
Streamlabs. I figured it out because remember last time my audio was pulling from Microsoft Teams for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And so I got this new computer and I said, let me try again, make sure that that's like just wipe the settings fresh and go from there. And I figured it out. So I was able to stream some Mario Kart World just to test it out. And
Nice.
I had a couple fun stories on there I told, and I posted on our social media sites. And then last Monday, I streamed the Nintendo 64, the original console
Yes,
of the WCW versus NWO Revenge. And I had a blast playing that. I hadn't played it in like 30 years. I fired it up. The 64 just pops right on. There's no loading, no nothing. It's like, bam, you're right into hot wrestling action. You're right into hot dude on dude wrestling action. And there's no loading. So I really enjoyed playing that. Had some good discourse on there with Darth Platypus and Mr. Plunk. And we just had some good chats. I made a video
awesome.
on that too and posted it. But
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty good one. I was sad I wasn't able to make that stream. I was out that night, but yeah, that Reese thing had me rolling, man.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
hilarious.
that.
yeah. Because surprisingly, I remembered a lot of these guys, and Drew was on there for a minute. He was like,
Yeah.
"Your wrestling knowledge has already impressed me."
It was,
and
it was
just
unreal.
like, I'm rattling off all these people I know and what league they were in before and where they came from. And so Drew was like,
Yeah,
and
Reese didn't make the
Reese
cut.
popped out, and I'm like, "You got me there." Like, I don't know, but yeah. So that was fun, and look forward to more of that nonsense as I have the free time. But I also played a game called Naiad, I believe it's called. So this on the surface is a perfect game for me. Minimal buttons. There's water involved. There's some aquatic life. It's very chill. The music's great. The graphics are cool. I assumed going into this game it was going to be like maybe a sit down and beat it. 2 or 3 hours at the most. I played it for about an hour and then I turned it off and it said you're at 6% completion. And I'm like, oh no, this is not what I'm signing up for, because it is a great game. It's very chill, very relaxing. Have you ever fallen asleep playing a video game? Either one?
Oh
of you?
yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Xenoblade
Yeah.
Chronicles.
Animal Crossing during the
No way you fell
pandemic.
asleep during Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I've never fallen asleep playing a game. Like I don't know.
Till this.
And I mean, my eyes
Yeah.
were heavy, buddy. Naiad was fading off. So basically, you're just like this mermaid thing floating through the water and solving little tasks, returning a duck to his mother, trying to gather fish. Nobody knows why. Trying to guide a butterfly to a flower, just to unlock these different songs and different objectives that I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Actually, there's some kind of story there, but I don't know. I enjoy the game, and if you like an Animal Crossing or a very chill kind of game, I would definitely suggest this game. If you fall asleep easy, I would not suggest this game. So
Is it on Switch?
It is, yeah.
I'm not sure.
It is.
I'm
It is
playing it
on
on
Switch.
PS5. It's on Switch.
I'm
Okay.
looking at it now. It's an interesting concept. I love the graphics, but it's like a
Yeah.
top-down view, and the mermaid weird. It's like she's floating around on her back around
Yeah.
like a lazy river. It looks like just from place.
Exactly.
Awesome.
That's
It's
a
a
perfect
She's
description.
she's in a tube.
It's a perfect description. It's like, you're going down a lazy river, and you can dive underwater, you can frog kick, or you can just swim.
Yeah,
And that's why I love the simple controls, right?
So I looked up really quick. If you want to know, I looked at how long it takes to beat it. It says, well, only 3 people answered, but 4 hours and 13 minutes was the average.
Okay. That's doable then. Maybe I'm just taking my time. I like to explore, right? Because there's different like hidden pathways too. It adds a little excitement. And The hidden pathway adds the excitement, but throughout the game, I'm seeing my little mermaid girl grow up a little bit. Like you find these spots of sunlight, and your mermaid kind of extends her length. So I don't know what that's all
why you
about.
need the top down. If it was just her
Yeah.
head, you wouldn't be able to tell that she's growing.
Exactly.
That's why you need her floating on her back. Got it.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll probably finish that game because I don't know why not. But I just started today. I just dabbled a bit in Hamon, help me with the name of this game. I didn't write it down. Sword in the Sand or
Sword of the Sea.
Sword of the Sea.
I think Sword of the Sea. I think is what
That's
it is.
it. Yeah. So think Journey meets Tony Hawk. That's what this game is.
That's what I heard about.
The controls are tight. It's fun. The world's big, and I have no idea where I'm going. So I'm just kind of going around, jumping, and skating on a sword and turning desert into ocean. I played that about 45 minutes. My brother-in-law's played it for 9 hours. Says he loves it. So
It seems like a Goose game.
yeah.
I haven't tried it yet.
Well, I don't want to get lost, right? I want a path.
Yeah, you need a little more narrower window.
I need direction.
Yeah.
If I'm just having open world, hey, I can go wherever I want.
Yeah,
I will be lost the whole game. It's going to take me 3 times as long to beat a game because I don't even know where I'm going. So
you don't like being pathless, is what I hear.
Exactly. Yeah. Spoiler for upcoming conversations.
Maybe we should play that game Pathfinder that I said sucked.
When I saw you post that, I Googled it because I'm like, is that the Pathless? And no, it's Pathfinder, but anything with a path in it. I need a path, but I don't know if I'll go back to that, Hambone. I don't know if I'll continue on.
I haven't tried it yet. It's on my list to give a go here.
Because it's free on PlayStation Plus. That's why I downloaded it.
Yeah, the extra tier. Yep.
Yeah. We shall see about that one. That's about all I've got going on with the video games. Up next, we've got a section that I want to find a new name for. If anybody out there has an idea for a name, we're just calling this Mailbag. Stop me if you've heard it before, but we've got some listener questions here. I'm so excited. We put out the call. We've got a lot of questions here. So this is good stuff. I'm going to read them off. I've given you guys these questions ahead of time for you to think and come with an educated answer. So I'm relying on you to pull through here, Drew and Hambone Johnny.
I'm ready.
Right off the bat, just real quick. I posted a thing today saying, hey, I've never told anybody I have a podcast. I have a podcast with my guys, Drew and Hambone Johnny. And I had a friend message me and say, I love the name Hambone Johnny. Where's it come from? And I know you've told this story 100 times. Go ahead and give us a shortened version.
Sure. Yeah, short version is that I used to bowl a lot. I bowled in college, haven't in several years, but everyone knows a turkey is 3 strikes in a row. At least most people know, but 4 strikes in a row is a ham bone.
That's right.
So Hambone and Johnny, that's my name, and there we go. That's the story. Not as exciting, but
I mean, it's pretty exciting. That means you were throwing 4 baggers left and right over there.
That's it.
All right, there you go.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved. All right, first off the bat, Darth Platypus, our guy, Darth Platty, asks, what 4 video games would make up your gaming Mount Rushmore? I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Quickly. My 4 games to make up my gaming Mount Rushmore. The Last of Us, Punch Out, the OG Punch Out.
Oh, that's the best.
Breath of the Wild, and Endless Ocean.
No. The Wii version or Switch?
I don't know.
Or all of them, because it's endless.
No. I'm just Endless Ocean's not on the list. I'm going to cheap out here and not give a 4th because I want to leave it open into what's coming in the future. I mean, head to the grindstone. I had to pick. I'd say probably Mario Kart 8 with the amount of hours that I put into it.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's hard to pick that last one. So Mega Man 2 possibly could be there. I love some Mega
Wow.
Man. Anyways, Drew, what's your gaming Mount Rushmore?
So I looked at this approach of because that can mean a lot of things, right? When we hear the phrase "What's your Mount Rushmore?" I went with like the most influential games that I played growing up, kind of to impact the style of games I like today. That just are no brainers to me. I'm going to start off with Mario 64 because I
Mhm.
still love that game. And I think it makes me love a 3D Mario game so much that makes you want to just explore every nook and cranny. Second one is going to be Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy because there's nothing better than memories, right? Riding in the back of the Volkswagen, facing the wrong way with your Game Boy, just running. Like, I probably put thousands of hours into that game because back then you didn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, one day, you just be like, "Holy crap! I did something!" Like you made like a 1% progress, and it just that feeling was endless. So I think that was the game that really did it for me for Zelda to go forward. Next one is going to be I'm going to cheating a little bit. I'm just going to say Mario Party because I think Mario Party as a whole, all the way back was like the original games that made my friends come over and play it. All the way now that you fast forward through life and it's like now I play with my family and it's so fun and cool to like just think about, you know, 15-year-old in your mom's basement to like now in your own house with your own family playing it and it's like still holding up to today. So, and my last one is going to be a little bit of an unexpected one, but I'm going to go with a game I've talked about in the past. Very old school MMO PC based Guild Wars, which is you could call it World of Warcraft if you want, but that game was just one of the original that man, I probably sunk the most hours into any video game in my entire life into Guild Wars. Met a lot of people online that online friends that you stay with for a long time. I played that game for like 8 years. Yeah. So I think, and you think about that type of style of game, right? That impacts how you play games like Diablo and Raven's Watch and any type of loot game and dungeon crawler game. It's just like, yeah, that's where the roots come from. So that's my
I've
four.
never even heard of that game other than you talking about it.
Yeah, look it up. I mean, it's
I was
it,
never, I was
Used to be
never,
pretty big.
It was pretty big, and then Guild Wars
Yeah.
2 came out eventually, and what the original Guild Wars was just same concept as World of Warcraft, a little bit different stylish graphics and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love your choice of games
sorry.
there because you went like retro, like what got you
Yeah.
into these games, and like I really like your choice of games. Did you really ride backwards in a Volkswagen?
Oh, absolutely. We
Really?
used to go to the beach like every other day. Yep, the back seat would face. It was like almost in the trunk, and you
I've
just
seen
face
them.
out the back window.
I've seen the reverse seat. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
never rode in one.
Yep,
Oh,
eating
yeah.
pepperoni and cheese sandwiches and just playing my Game Boy. That was the life. Going to the beach.
Sounds amazing. I would do
It
that
was-
today.
Yeah,
I would too. That sounds great.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's crazy. I think my uncle had one of those. I don't know if it was a Volkswagen, but I definitely remember sitting in the
I mean-
back of a station wagon, like the wrong way with my cousins.
just think
Um,
about like in rear-ended nowadays and how like
Oh my
that-
god! yeah.
Right,
So
right.
that wood
Nobody thought
paneling
about
must
that.
have
Huh?
like really just been extra reinforced or something. Yeah, crazy.
Amazing, amazing pepperoni
uh,
and cheese sandwiches. Ham bone
Pepperoni and
Johnny.
cheese. I love it. Should toast
Tell me
those.
about
That
your.
sounds tasty.
that sounds good.
It does. Tell me about your Mount Rushmore, Ham bone. I
Amazing.
bet you got the good ones.
I don't know, but I took a similar tack to Drew. Right, these four games are very impactful in terms of what I've really liked going forward in my sort of gaming history. Right, some of these are a bit older, some of them are a little bit newer, but nothing within the last 10 or 15 years, I'd say. First one, same as Drew, Mario 64.
Yeah.
Really?
What a game. Yeah, I
Mhm.
wanted that N64 so bad. Like I need to play Mario and still to this day, I think I judge 3D platforming against like this is the bar for
Yep.
3D platforming, right? The
Yeah.
tight controls, being able to use the environment to your advantage, wall jumping feels amazing, like
Mhm.
just everything in that game is so fun and still one that I'd go back and play every couple of years or so.
Really? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you guys. When's the last time
Oh yeah.
you played Mario 64? And it
The-
holds up.
I finished it when the 35th anniversary came out, but I've gone back in and I've played like a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Same. They came out on the Switch, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
when it
played
came
it
out
during
on the
that time
Switch.
as well.
Yep. I have a Zelda game on my list as well, but mine's different. A Link to the Past.
Mhm.
This was I remember getting the guide from Nintendo Power in the mail even before I had a
Nice.
Super Nintendo, and I would bring the guide to school, whatever it was, like second, third, fourth grade, whenever that was. That was like my free reading time. I would pull the guide out and like read that at my desk at school. But yeah, I love the exploration, the different items you would get. The boss fights in that game are super fun. Just everything about that, I think, is the perfect Zelda game. Fast forward a little bit to college years, and the next game I have on my list is Final Fantasy X.
Wow.
So I didn't play a lot of RPGs growing up, but I had one roommate, my buddy Matt, sophomore year. He loved Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII was the hotness, but Final Fantasy X had either come out that year or just the year prior, right around 2000 or 2001, I guess. Right around that time frame. But man, what a game! Turn-based combat, the sphere grid, I think, is super fun. It gets some memes with some of the voice acting that was in that game at that time, with the laughing. If you've ever seen that, it's sort of made fun of, but really really impactful story. Like maybe one of the first video game stories that really kind of hit home and like made me feel something. But yeah, man, what a game. And the last game, also from that same general era, is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I'm going to put on my list.
Wow.
Really fun. Open world to explore. The driving was super fun. The side missions you get, I remember like going to a farm and like lighting a dude's like pot farm on fire, like getting a jetpack, trying to get 5 stars to chase down, having the tanks come after you in the military. Good times with buddies. Yeah, GTA San Andreas, I think, is my favorite one, and definitely the one I've had the most fun with historically.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, good question there, Darth.
Grand Theft
Great
Auto.
question.
That was a great question. Yep. Next up, Mr. Plunk. I like to call him Mr. Plunk. His username on our Discord is still Plunk E Kong, which
Very
is
good.
very
Mm.
very good. I like calling him Mr. Plunk. I like giving him the respect he deserves. Mr. Plunk says, "What are a few licensed games that should drop on the Nintendo Switch Online service, but
Mhm.
sadly never will?" I will go first again. We were playing UFO 50 recently, and there was a game on there that reminded me of Ivan Stewart's Off Road.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the old dirt racing
Oh,
around
yep.
the overhead top down. I want that on NSO, but it probably won't come there due to the hoops you gotta. Who's Ivan Stewart? You got to have him sign off on that, right? Ivan Stewart's hanging out with Reese, talking about who are we? How did we get in a video game?
Well,
So that probably won't happen.
lucky for you, there's a game coming out this week on September 4th called
No way.
called Tiny Racing. I wishlist this yesterday, and
Okay.
it looks awesome based on what you just described.
Yeah.
Look up Tiny Racing on the eShop. $6.50, and it's exactly what you just mentioned with like updated kind of like 32-bit type graphics. It looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go. Tiny Racing.
Tiny Racing.
Lock in for that for $6.50.
All right.
Also on my list are sports games in general. We've got one Tecmo Bowl on there. I'd like to have all the Tecmo Bowls. At the bare minimum, Super Tecmo Bowl is the best one. We got regular Tecmo Bowl on there. Just give me Super Tecmo Bowl. Take regular Tecmo Bowl off there. Give me Super Tecmo Bowl. I'll be happy with that. Double Dribble is another one that I'd love to see on there. Bulls versus Blazers. I think my brother still plays that on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember that one.
All those games aren't going to come on there, but man, those would be. I had a blast when I was a kid playing those cheesy sports games, especially Double Dribble. Love that game. Also, I have down here Sega games ? I was never a Sega player. Drew, I know you were.
It was.
I feel like Nintendo put out these Sega games on the Nintendo Switch Online service and said, "Here's the best ones. Bye." And never updated them again. Are
Shame.
there any other Sega games that should be on there?
There's a lot of them. Yeah, I did it from a license point of view. I'd have to think about it, but
Tiny Racing, just right off the top of my head. Yep. Hambone Johnny, that's all I got. Hambone Johnny, what games would you think need to drop?
Yeah, I've got a few of them. They're all Super Nintendo games. First one, bring back Cool Spot. They did Cool Spot dirty.
Oh, Cool Spot.
I can go for some Cool Spot. Apparently, people don't like that game, but this was like my perennial game that I would like constantly rent. Never owned it. My cousin had it. Every time
Same
I would
with me.
every time
I don't think anybody ever owned that game.
Yeah,
everybody
man,
just rented it.
Rented the crap out of that game. I never beat it, but I remember having a good time with it. So bring back Cool Spot. Justice for Cool Spot. Super Star Wars. All of them. Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Super Return of the Jedi. Bring them all. Really fun platform.
They brought those back.
Those are they on NSO though, or
those are on PlayStation.
They are on PlayStation. You can play them there, but I think they would be great for NSO. People would love it.
You're right.
And I'm thinking the same thing with you, Coos Sports, but I call that one in particular. Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball.
That was so much fun.
That was my jam.
Tony La Russa baseball was good too.
That was a good one. This one was before they had the MLB license, or I think maybe it was just MLB, not the Players Association. So it was only Ken Griffey and the teams, and it was all just made up characters. But to this day, my one buddy, we would play this game like against each other, and every time there would be a strikeout, the guy would turn around and go, "Oh, come on," and snap the bat over his knee. Dude, we still do that like 30 years later. That's when something goes wrong.
Oh, come on, snap!
Come on, stop. How about you, Drew? Those are my three.
That's good.
Yeah, if I had to say my three, so I'm going to start backwards. We'll start with the GameCube. As we all know, there's so many good Lord of the Rings games out there that need to come back. If you look up probably the top 10 licensed video games of all times, you're going to get Lord of the Rings Return of the King. It's just going to happen.
So good.
It was just one of the best hack and slash video games of all time. And on that same note, there was another one that came out on GameCube called The Hobbit, which was also a lot of fun. It was a stealth game as The Hobbit, but a hack and slash as well. Probably better than Gollum. But yeah, that one was great. And then the other one I'm going to say on GameCube, 007 Nightfire. Secretly maybe better than GoldenEye. It was.
You know what? My wife played that game on PS2 and loved it.
Yes, it was. It was like the first time you could do death matches, but add computer players. And they had Capture the Flag. They had all these awesome. I can tell you how many summers me and my neighbor would just play like 2 versus 7, and it was just hard mode, and we would dominate. It would be so much fun. And then really quick, Nintendo 64. Let's just get some Gauntlet Legends on there, guys. Like, what are we waiting for here? Gauntlet Legends, you can play online with your buddies and co-op it. It's the perfect game to get people online to play. Use your game chat. Just get it out there.
It's not though, Drew. We played that when you were here, and it does not. It does not hold up.
It's okay.
We need those WCW games over Gauntlet Legends. Bring back Reese.
That's right.
The last one I'm going to say
for Reese,
because I'd never beat it, and I would love have save states, and I'd love to just look up a strategy guide online and play through this game for NES. Nightmare on Elm Street, because it was one of those games you had no idea what to do. And I'd love to just beat Freddy and just beat the game. And I've always had that back in my mind. One game I never beat.
Really?
It's that one, never let it go. Yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
So
you heard it. You heard us here first, Nintendo. Bring back the games we want.
That's it.
Or else. Next up, we have a fantastic question from my guy, Johnny Collins. Do you remember the answer to when we would say, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? Drew, do you have an answer?
I do. Everyone wanted to be professional athletes or race car drivers or go to the moon. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to be a mailman.
No.
That's
Amazing.
it. Just want to deliver people their mail. Just by myself, calm life. That's all I wanted.
Relaxing.
That's fantastic. What happened? Why didn't you fulfill
I
that?
think I-
That dream is still achievable.
I think I grew up and realized that was not the life I wanted.
That wasn't the one, huh?
That's what a pure answer, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Were you ever like
Yeah.
a mailman for Halloween or anything like that?
No, never. Just
Okay.
I think it was just one of those secret childhood dreams, you know. It's just that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to do.
Yeah,
That's
there's still a
right.
chance.
Yeah.
You never know. That should be a
know.
retirement job.
Yeah,
You
that would
retire
be
when I'm
cool.
like 60 and then just deliver mail.
Yeah. And it'll give you
Yeah.
some exercise, especially if you're the
Yeah.
guy that actually walks.
Oh, I
I
would
still
be.
see those mailmen out that walk to the different houses and with
Oh,
a
yeah.
with a bag and deliver it.
The
That's what you
problem is
want.
nowadays there's
satchel.
too many packages too. Like they you know,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Hambone? What about you?
Too many packages these
Too-
days.
Too many packages, darn Amazon. I wanted to be a dentist. That
No
was
way.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it was inspired by the was it the Frosty the Snowman? No, it was the Rudolph. There was
Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Oh yeah.
You know, the little elf. You didn't want to be an elf. You wanted to be a dentist. I'm like, yeah,
That's
you know what?
right.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just kind of what I was thinking when I was a young dumb
Yeah.
child.
And look at that.
But,
He saved the big Yeti, the snow
Yeah.
abominable. That's all he had.
That's
He just
right.
had a toothache.
It
That was the whole
changed the
problem.
world. These dentists.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Amazing.
dentist.
Coos. Lay it on me.
Cruz, lay it on us. What is it?
When I was young, up until about age 14, I wanted to be a herpetologist. And everybody's always like, what is that? Is it a scientist that studies herpes? No. A herpetologist is the study, herpetology is a study of reptiles and amphibians. So I wanted to study snakes. I loved snakes when I was a kid. Had tons of pet snakes, turtles, lizards, all that. Loved reptiles, loved amphibians. Wanted to grow up and study those. Once I hit about 14, I made some life choices, and that probably wasn't going to be the route that I wasn't going to be in school long enough to pursue that. But after that, I've always felt like God's always called me to be a dad. I've always felt that calling. I've always felt that like that has been my purpose in life, is to be a dad. And so here I am. I'm a father, and I have fulfilled that dream. So
Nice.
You're nice.
I can say I grew up to be what I thought I was going to be.
Well, I don't know if you need to be a dentist, but you sure can still be a mailman.
Yep.
Thank you for that question, Johnny C. Next up is my friend John B. This question can get a little deep. This could go a little crazy.
Yeah.
So John laid it on me here. What retro game would you want remade into a next generation classic? And what would you change to modernize it? And if it was a flop back then, what would you do to ensure it is a hit today? I like the second part of that question. Like, if we could find a game that was a flop in the past, and what could we do to resurrect it and make it fun today? Drew, I think you had an answer for this.
I do. A game that I've talked about quite a bit, actually. The no-brain answer for an old school NES game is The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Bayou Billy was a game where you played as essentially Crocodile Dundee, and you went up through the swamps, and they had this gangster guy that smoked cigars and just was trying to get you, and he sent his baddies at you. And it was in the style of, the old school beat 'em up games on NES. But the cool part about this game was it had, like, every level, it tried to introduce a new concept, which at the time it was unique, nothing like anything other. And it missed in a few ways, but I think if you redid it, and what I mean by that is, like, you'd be playing in the swamp, you'd have a baseball bat or a crowbar, and you're beating up the baddies, you're killing alligators, the whole 9 yards. And then all of a sudden, the next level, you're in your Jeep, and it's now a racing level, and you're trying to chase down the the bad guys, or they're chasing you down. And then the next level, all of a sudden, it's like an arcade shooter, and you have to go get the zapper, and you have to plug in the zapper, and now you're shooting things. It was an interesting concept back then. So there wasn't a lot of games that interchanged from level to level. And the problem is that game doesn't work today. You can't put it on NSO or anything like that because there are levels that have the zapper. So you'd have to really like redo the game to integrate with motion controls and whole 9 yards. But I don't know. I just think it was an interesting game, and I'd love to see what they could do with it nowadays. And that's where I'm going with it. Adventures of Bayou Billy.
That's fun. That's super fun. I would play that game.
Appreciate that.
I didn't play it back then. I would play it today just for you, probably. I'm going to go next. I didn't really have an answer to this question, but I'm going to throw a couple things out. After playing that wrestling game, I'd love for them to come back with new wrestling with those controls. That they didn't overcomplicate things. That would be really fun. And I heard that the same team made the AEW wrestling. I didn't play that. I heard it was okay, but not great. PlayStation ended up like giving it away. So I have it downloaded. I just haven't played it, but that would be fun. But what I'm going to go with here is a game I didn't really play back in the day. I've played on some of these collections, but Kid Icarus. If they could bring back Kid Icarus in like a Breath of the Wild kind of format, kind of a little more open worldy, but you can also, or not Breath of the Wild, but Tears of the Kingdom, where you can travel up to the clouds, and then I don't know what that looks like, but obviously updated graphics.
I'll tell you what it looks like. It's called Immortal Phoenix Rising, Coos.
Is that
a fantastic game?
Yeah,
it really was. Yep. But no, you're absolutely right. I mean, I never got involved in those games either. I don't know why. It's just you skipped over them, right? It was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Juan Bob says, I love old school Contra. You know me so well, buddy. I do love old school Contra, and I've downloaded the last one that came out, played it some. That's right. Fantastic. I mean, they remake Contra like once every 10 years. So sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a bust. But yeah, Contra will always be on my love list. That I'd put that in my last slot on the old Mount Rushmore. But yeah. All right. Hambone Johnny.
Yes.
Tell me what you got.
I'm going to go with one of my favorites from the N64 generation, but I don't think it was very well received by the masses. And this game is Blast Corps. You guys ever played Blast Corps?
No, I've heard Per Schneider talk about that game.
Yeah, so a really fun game. It was made by Rare. You are a demolition crew trying to basically clear a path for this runaway like warhead missile across the United States. You get different types of vehicles, dump trucks, motorcycles with rockets attached to them.
Nice.
All kinds of different stuff. Little cart that you can like boost really fast. Big mechs that one can do like ground pound, the other ones can punch. So it's a really, really fun game. But it definitely was limited by the tech at the time, right? We're talking like fixed camera angles, just really clunky controls. Like you have to get precise lining up, and really easy to like mess up the, what you're trying to do. To modernize it, obviously you have 2 joysticks, so swing that camera around, like be able to explore a little bit better. But I think really, especially Donkey Kong's a good example of this, but all this like new voxel technology that they have with destructible environments. And that's really what you're doing for this entire game.
Okay.
Where, maybe you're not just breaking down the buildings, but maybe you're like carving up the landscape as well to like help get the, get the truck across or stuff like that. So I'd love a modern take on Blast Corps, and I don't think it's ever going to happen, but would love to see it.
It's funny you bring this up, Hambone, because this is the game that everyone's seen at their rental store. It was always there. It had like the yellow radiation logo, and it had blast and big red font right across.
Oh, it's so cool.
And it was one of those, every time I went to the game store, just to ride my bike there every Friday, get a game for the weekend. Every Friday.
Yeah.
Those are the days. And I picked it up. But I think it was a very confusing bots art. Like it was this
Oh yeah, the box
big
doesn't tell
thing,
you.
and then
do
it's
it.
like an 18-wheeler with like these transformers, and you're like, what is this? And you flip it over, and it's like, I don't really understand what this game is. And back then you didn't read anything. You just you were sold by what the box art looked like.
That's right.
And every time I'd look at it and I would just pass over it. So
Yeah.
to your point, I think you're right. It was, they needed a new, the game, the way you described it, I've never heard it described that way before. So maybe there is something there because it
It's
sounds
fun.
unique.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the box art made it look very basic and not
Yeah.
like you'd have a lot of. It didn't look fun, but
No.
it's got that game's got a huge cult following.
It really
and
does.
I think that would go over. I think that's a great choice. I think it'd go over well if they remade that, just like how you were saying. You should make that game.
Yeah.
Hambone Johnny.
No worries. Yeah. The dentist thing didn't work out, but you never know.
The game developer is still
Yeah,
an
it's
option.
still up in the air on that one.
Yeah. Next up, my wife asks, she said, "You're recording a podcast?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "You're looking for questions?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "I've got a question. Where's Hambone Johnny at in Balatro?" And I'm like, not. But her next question was, what video game world would you like to live in? This is fun. It's a fun question. I'm going to go first. So you obviously, I was talking with you guys beforehand about this. You don't want to live in Tetris world, right? You don't want to live in somewhere basic like that. Although the Minecraft movie showed that you may want to live in Minecraft. But I am going to go with the game Stray for several reasons. There's no people. I'd like to live somewhere where there's no people.
Are you a cat or are you a person?
No, I'm the person. I'm the person.
Okay.
It's underground, so there's no sunlight. Everything's black and neon, just neon lights. It's almost like downtown Shibuya, and no people. That's where I want to live. Some robot guys hanging out here and there, maybe a cat or two, who knows? But that's I love the vibe of that game. I could just sit there. I played that game to death, and it didn't. I mean, I guess it didn't get very well reviewed. I don't know. I loved it, but I could just sit there in a corner of that game and put the camera up and just not move. Just put that as like my screensaver. So, yeah, the no people there really sold me on that one though. But Hambone, what video game world would you like to live in?
Throw me in Golden Tee. I'd like to just live
Wow.
in Golden Tee. Yeah.
Hambone picking the low hanging fruit
That's
there,
it.
right off.
Load
off
me
the
up.
tree.
But if I had to give you a real answer, because Golden Tee is a bit of a cop out. I'd like to live in a world that's maybe a little bit more fun than Stray. That's a little bit bubbly. Got bright colors. We have sunlight. People are okay. It gets a little weird at the end, but I think the world in general is pretty interesting. I'm going to say I'd like to live in Bug Snacks world.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even with the threat of eating something and turning into it.
That's just one island. It's fine.
Okay.
You'll stay away from that island.
Stay away from that one island. Everyone else seems pretty nice.
All right. I like it.
So this is a fantastic question. I listen to a lot of gaming podcasts, and I don't think I've ever heard this one. So this is a great question. So touche to your wife, Cruz. I thought hard about this one, right? And I mean, we didn't have a lot of time, so you sprung this one on us. But at first thing was like, man, I want to live in Hyrule. I just want to work at like a horse stable. Just simple life. Maybe work in the marketplace, sell some apples to Link. Just simple life. I was like, nah.
You could be the mailman in Hyrule.
I could be the mail guy that runs around. Always, yes. I was like, no, that's not good enough. And then I was like, The Witcher. The Witcher's cool, that little fantasy. And then I'd be like, I'm too scared to live in The Witcher. I'll just be eaten or killed or looking around my shoulder every time. And then it hit me. I said, you know what? I'm not even a big fan of this series of game, but I think I want to live in the Pokemon universe. Like,
really?
The concept of just having a Pokemon in my pocket and at any time I could just throw it out. And then I was like, you know what? I want to be like a rebel. I want to be part of like Team Rocket and have a cool, badass Pokemon and just live my life. Like, teach them to clean my house and just, just a Pokemon friend.
You're gonna end up with the Goomba of Pokemons. You're gonna throw him out, and he's just gonna be asleep.
A great question.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, I like it. Last question here is quickly. My bestie Christian asked why didn't I like the Pathless, directed solely to me, because he suggested a game called Pack World or something like that, Pac-Man Pack World, that I played. It was a 3D platformer, and it was absolute garbage. The camera angles were trash. It was a bad game. And then I said, I'm going to give him another chance. So then he suggested the Pathless. So I went out and bought the physical disc of the Pathless, popped it in my machine, and went off, and it wasn't fun. It was just a big open world, kind of like Sword of the Sea. There was no direction. I was just kind of bouncing from here and there. Very desolate world. There was just trees and rocks. So you're just flying around looking at trees and rocks. And I don't even, the story was irrelevant. I didn't really know what to do. The controls were fine. It was a pretty game, but it just didn't. It was like, what am I doing? Why am I playing this instead of, I don't know, cooking hamburgers in IRL, or, sewing cross stitch, or learning how to tie a bow tie? Instead of playing this game called the Pathless. So, Christian, you're 0 for 2 on the suggestions. One more, buddy, and you're out. 3 strikes and you're out. So, you know what you got to do.
I would love to know how to tie a bow tie.
Yeah, did you teach that?
It's on my list. It's on my to-do list.
Okay, maybe make a video of it once you figure it out.
I will. I'm definitely going to figure it out. I bought the bow tie. I have the bow tie. I just need to figure out how to tie it.
All right.
Okay.
I've got one. I thought it looked cool, like untied with a button-up shirt, like I had just come from somewhere.
That's a good move. Maybe, like a vest as well.
Maybe I'll wear that next podcast. I'll wear my untied bow tie like I just came from the event. Look, tune in next week for that look. All right. That's it for the list of questions. Thank you all so much. Those were great questions. There's lots of them. We love that. Drew said, anytime anybody asks a question, we will answer it on the show. There's no question off limits.
That's right.
I think there might be off limit questions, but Drew said, hey, he'll answer it. Even if I don't, he will. Next up, this is breaking news. This is big time stuff here, folks. This is I never thought I would say these words. Drew DeFusco is now going to the dark side and purchasing a PlayStation 5.
Woo!
Why is my question.
Why? Wow. So this is incredible news. You're absolutely right. So my kid turns 9 this week, and he likes video games. He plays too much crappy iPad games, but which kid doesn't? And we're strict with our game-in times, but started thinking, right? So with his birthday, this week, the new NBA game. I can't. I did a mixed
NBA
up.
2K, I think.
NBA 2K comes out Friday, and then I believe the end of the month or October, the new FC soccer game comes out, 26. So those are like the 2 big games that he plays. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna, $70. And I asked him, I was like, oh, we have 3 Switches. We have the OG, an OLED, and a Switch 2. And I was like, what do you want to buy? It's your birthday. We're going to get it for, he has money from people that are for the game. He's like, well, I want to get it on Switch 2, Dad, because that's the best graphics. And I was like, well, yeah,
obviously,
like, why would you want to play it on a different system?
Yeah.
And then selfishly, I'm like, well, like, yes. And at the same time, I'm like, well, like, that means I'm not going to be able to play any games. Right. So in a way, it's like if he's playing Switch 2 all the time and I can't play Switch, I don't have any other system. Then at the same time, like, well, maybe I could teach him more responsibility. He doesn't want to have a big birthday party. And I was like, well, so I started asking you guys, like, what's, how much do they cost? What's the deal? And, I knew you, Kuz, and Hambone both had them. So I was like, well, and Kuz was generous enough. He's like, well, I'll sell you one. I have more than one. So we don't get into the details, but essentially I'm buying one from Kuz and he's shipping it to me, and I'm going to set it up and it's going to be for my kid. So yes, do I own one? maybe. I mean, I'm going to try to let my kid have it and gain some responsibility now that he's 9. But you'd be foolish not to think I'll be staying up late and playing Night Rain with Hambone. That's 100% going to be happening.
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, I am buying a PS5, and I can't believe those words coming out of my mouth. I've been against them forever. I always said we were cheaters, Nintendo to death. But here we are.
Yeah, in like for some context here, Drew, other than the Sega Genesis back in the day, you've only had Nintendo consoles since then.
Yeah,
you're
it's
a
funny.
Nintendo fanboy.
That's it. And I own every Nintendo system and every Nintendo game I've ever owned. I never sold one. And the only reason I ever got a Sega was my grandmother bought it for me for Christmas. She bought me and my brother one, my cousins one. And that's why we never had Super Nintendo. We skipped that generation. So here we are. So my question is for this little segment to you two, avid PlayStation players, you've owned them now. Provide me each 3 things that I need to know, right? It might be a game I need to play. How do I set up my profile? Should I set up my kid's profile? Do I play both of them? PS Plus, what's the deal? Parent controls, just 3 facts or 3 advice from each of you. You go back and forth if you want, whatever you want to do, but lay it on me.
Go for it, Hambone.
Yeah, I'll give you my first piece of advice is you definitely should get PS Plus. At least Essential. You're going to need Essential for online gaming.
Is that the bottom tier?
Bottom tier. Tier. I would recommend PS Plus Extra as somebody brand new to PlayStation. Extra gives you the game catalog where all the games, well, not all the games, many games from the last several years will be there for you to try out and play that you haven't had access to as a Nintendo person. For instance, Spider-Man, the PS5 version, not Spider-Man 2, the newest one, but Spider-Man is there, one of the best games from PS4. Several others, Ghost of Tsushima, like all these other kinds of games that you've just missed out on are there on Extra. So you pay the extra $40, I think it is, compared to the Essential tier, and then you have that for the year, and you can dip in when you're looking for a game. So that's my piece of advice number 1 for you.
Nice. Okay.
Curious, how about you?
Good to know. And the good side of that is, I was probably going to upgrade the NSO online to like the family one. So I mean, I'll save a little bit of money there. I don't think I need to do that anymore now. So I'll go with this. But yeah, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, right off the bat, I've got your box packaged up, ready to go. I'm gonna get it in the mail first thing tomorrow. I gotta run some errands in the morning. I'll drop it off. I put a couple extras in there, so I'd like for you to make a video of you opening it.
I'll make him open it.
Okay, all right. There is a note in there specifically for you, though.
Okay,
that I'd like you to read. If the video sucks, don't post it. But I want to see it.
Sure.
You don't have to put it. You don't have to put it out for the world. But I want to see it. The PlayStation is very more user friendly than the Nintendo as far as adding friends, getting online. It's super easy connecting your controllers. It's just like it's a lot more fluid. I have not set up parental controls on mine. I just made profiles, and I've never had my kids never played the PlayStation. I've got their profiles on there. So when we go on and we play multiplayer games together on the screen, they can play under their profile and they get their trophies under their profile. And I'm not sure that can happen with a kid profile. I remember thinking about setting up a profile for them and putting it as they were a minor. And there was like something that was like, now, if you do this, this is their profile. You have to wait till they're 18. They're like, in order to have their own like account or whatever. So I think I went ahead and made them like 18 when I set it up years ago, just so I didn't have to jump through the hoops because they never play it. But if they did, then I'd look more into that. But I'm not really familiar with the parental controls on that, so that may be something you look into on the side. Hambone, do you know anything about that?
I don't, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you. I know there's definitely ways where you can set it up where you can limit your the kid's ability to connect with friends or connect with people. Right, there's definitely a limiter that you can do there if you're concerned about that. I don't know if that impacts online play. I think that just means like you couldn't get a random friend invite from random
Okay.
Joe online type of thing. But I'd have to look into it a little bit more.
I mean, I guess should I be concerned if he does accept random invites or if he plays a game online, his voice chat automatic? Like, not that I think he would
It's
even.
going to depend on the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's playing like Warzone or anything.
No,
like
he's
that,
playing.
where that's going to
He's
be like
playing
proximity
soccer and
chat.
basketball in the beginning. That's
Yeah.
how he's gonna-
Yeah,
Is
you
there
hop
voice chat
online,
on?
it
Like,
should.
yeah, you should be
Yeah,
able to.
it'll
disable
pop
that
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you maybe look into that to see if that's an option to turn off. And there's a mute button on the controller to where you can
Okay.
turn yours off, but he may hop it. I mean, I've hopped in online with people, and just right off the bat, you hear the party in the background,
Okay.
like as soon as you log on. So that's something you could probably. There's got to be a setting for that somewhere.
Per profile. I can look into that. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Hammond. What's your next
My
suggestion?
next one is don't overlook Astrobot.
Yeah. Yep.
The Astros Playroom. It's a free game that comes with PlayStation. So you can just try it out. It's a short game. It definitely has that tech demo type feel, but the game itself is actually really fun. There's time trials and different challenges and stuff that you can do within that Astros Playroom game. And if you like that, then Astrobot, the game that one game of the year last year, is right there for you too. It's goes on sale, plenty
Mhm.
of times. So it's good family game. There's not too
Nice.
many dedicated sort of very kid friendly games on PlayStation. That's one of them that everybody in the family can enjoy.
Okay.
Yep, I like that suggestion for sure. I think just 3 games that I would suggest would be. I mean, there's a ton of games that you haven't played that are in the PlayStation ecosystem. My favorites are The Last of Us, obviously. You don't want to play that around kids ever, but that might be a good like Halloween game for you. October game. The Spider-Man games, Hambone already mentioned them being on PS Plus. The kids will love those games. And I was gonna say Astrobot, but you already mentioned that. What's the Uncharted games?
Uncharted is really good, or Ratchet
Yeah,
and Clank. you could
I
say.
love that. Yeah, Ratchet and Clank, love those games. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big.
Oh,
You know, the one downside to the Astrobot game is that it's got a lot of PlayStation history and lore, and that's one of the things that I liked about it is playing through and finding on these little bots that were dressed like PlayStation characters and like, oh, there goes, so and so from that game. There goes so and so. So I don't know if you're going to get that nostalgia out of Astrobot, but I mean the gameplay is amazing, right? So you can just bypass all that nonsense. But I don't know if I have anything else really. Hambone, what do you have?
Yeah, a couple other things I would say hardware wise. The DualSense is a really awesome controller, but the battery life isn't great. If you don't have 2, I would suggest at least having 2 of them. And having that little charging dock is great. Like when you're done playing, just pop them right on there, and you'll be good to go. They last a good 7 or 8 hours, depending on what game you're playing. So it's not like you're going to run out in the middle of a game session. But if you don't charge it after a long session and you go to pick it up the next day, you're like, oh man, like there goes the battery. So just be mindful of that. And then also it runs pretty hot. So depending on where you store it, like when
That's a
I first
good
got
call.
my PlayStation,
Yeah.
I had it in my my TV stand, but the door was like closed. It had like this glass panel on it, and it would overheat. So
Yeah, that's a
whenever
good
I
call.
would play the PlayStation, I had to open up the door to keep the air venting going. So just be mindful of where you place it. It's fine if you put it vertical or horizontal. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure it has some airflow.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Juan Bob says Diablo 4. Didn't you play that on Switch or something?
That was Diablo 3. 4 never came to Switch.
Oh, so there you go.
I played all the Diablos. That's a good one.
I know you're a big Diablo fan, so there you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there for you.
I'm a big proponent of the VR. Just to throw that out there for the price point compared to some of the other models. Well, now MetaQuest is pretty cheap now, but some of the PC models get super pricey. So the PlayStation VR at the time was the value option for VR. I love it. I love the feel of it. The Meta Quest is a little heavy for me. The PlayStation, I've only done the Meta Quest and the PSVR 1 and 2, and the PlayStation's way more comfortable than the Meta Quest, even though you've got a cord running to your machine, just one cord. The Meta Quest is cordless. Again, the controllers die quicker than the dual shock, but you're not going to play. I know Hambone mentioned this offline. You're not going to play that VR enough to justify a $400 or $500 price point. If you can find one on sale for like $200 or something, I'd jump on that. But other than that, I don't know if it's worth it at this time, especially if Evan's just playing the sports games, I'd probably hold off on the VR for now.
Okay.
As much as I love it,
yeah.
Proponent of it,
I think
it's probably
this
not
is
worth
gonna,
it.
Yeah, because he wanted one, but I think this is gonna buy us some time and say, "Listen, buddy, we went with this instead," and I think he'll be okay with that.
I think he's gonna be really happy with that. That's
so.
Awesome.
What question I have for you guys then is, what's like the big advantages or disadvantages with buying the actual disc copy or going digital? Like, should it matter? Should it not matter?
It's the same as Switch, right? Why would you buy digital versus physical on Switch? Just for the resale value is the discs. And PlayStation games do not hold their value like Switch games do.
No, they don't.
You can resell a Mario game. It's going to be the same price. They never drop the price on Mario games. PlayStation games, you can sell those. They don't hold value. Like, you can get the classic games for like $10. And they go on way more sale on the.
Yeah. If you're not there day one.
Yeah.
Well, even waiting 2 or 3 months, you can get 20% off easily.
Oh yeah. All
right. So
there's way more value on those games.
No, and they're all for the most part, they're all like game key card type things, right? It's just the license of the game you're downloading most of it anyway,
correct.
too.
Yeah.
So it's not like you own the game on the disc.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Congrats. I hope you and Evan have fun.
I think Hambone's way more excited for you than I am. I feel like there's been a death in the family, and I'm super sad because you were like the last. You were the last hope. You were like Luke Skywalker, and for Nintendo, and now
I had to check the date. I thought it was April Fool's when you were messaging us. I was like, wait a second.
It's actually September 2nd.
I'll let you guys down.
Yeah, nah. Hambone's excited. I guess I am too.
I'm ready to night rain with you, man. That'll be fun.
I might suck at it, but I'll get it down.
No,
you'll be like, push the X button. I'm like, which one is that?
Oh no, you'll get a hold of it really quick. All right. Real quickly, we're going to discuss a possible Koopa Combat question mark. Everybody's what's this game called now? I went to GameStop. I went to GameStop yesterday and said, can I pre-order Everybody's Golf? And the poor little kid looked at me like I was speaking a different language. And he looked it up and said, I can't find it. And then he got on his phone. I said, it's probably digital only. And he got on his phone and said, let me double check here. It took him like 7 minutes. And he was like, I don't know what's going on here. And I said, all right, just give me Madden 25 and I'll leave. Apparently it's digital only. So you can't buy, I don't know on Switch. I just went in for the PS5 version because I've got Switch credit. I'm going to buy it on Switch and PlayStation 5.
Wow.
So I don't know why. I don't know why. But, well, 1 for the trophies and 2 to take with me. So, because I don't trust the PlayStation Portable. Anyways, that comes out September 5th. Today is the 1st, not the 2nd. So in 4 days from now, which will be Thursday, is that correct? Friday.
Comes out Friday. Did you pre-order this yet, Cruz?
No, I did not. You get Pac-Man, right? For pre-order.
Pre-order it. You get Pac-Man.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
All right. I guess I'll do that. Good grief. I guess I need Pac-Man to play golf.
Mine already downloaded.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like locked and loaded. As soon as it releases, that's really cool that they do that now. So you can pre-order games. They'll preload it when midnight it drops. You've got it on your console. So cool. Welcome to the future, everyone.
Now, I think this is although there is a Switch 2 version, right? Oh no, is this just a Switch game? I'm trying to see.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But it's $40, which isn't terrible.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So tell me more about where are we going to do like some kind of contest with this or what?
Yeah,
What do you think?
so everyone's golf hot shots. If you've been involved with us in the past and previous podcasts, we love golf games here. We love them, and we're probably going to do some sort of golf league, depending on how many people we get. And what I mean by that is typically what we'll do is something like every 5 days there's a new course. You have to go play that course, and you submit your lowest score. It means you can play the course 100 times, or you can play it one time, whatever you want, and you submit your score. And then it'll be kind of you'll get points, kind of like maybe like a Mario Kart, right? Based on what place you come in, and then we'll see how many people we get. Maybe there'll be playoffs, and we'll do a little head-to-head matching.
Playoffs.
And it's just going to be fun. But I will say, join our Discord because that's where we submit our scores for our Cooper Combats and stuff. And of course, we'll have prizes and stuff involved. And yeah, so the game comes out this Friday. Give us about a week to play it to see how we can do it.
If it's
and
worth it, right? Because if we play it and the game sucks, we're not going to do a Cooper Combat.
No, absolutely. But I will say, let us know in Discord or wherever. If you're not in Discord, send us an email or write us in chat now, and we'll get you in there. But let us know if you're going to play. I think it will help us to know a little bit how many people plan on picking this up. It's not a Donkey Kong. It's not a Mario. We get not everybody is picking it up. But the beauty is you should be able to get this in any system. Doesn't have to be Nintendo. If we're not going to do crossplay or anything, that's okay. And
it doesn't have crossplay, by the way. I think that's why I was getting it on 2 different systems.
And that's okay. If at the end of the day, if we have people that play on different systems, the playoffs can be. It doesn't have to be head to head. We could figure out other options. So
yeah, it should be fun. I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
A little bit of the unknown. So apparently,
yeah.
I don't know if it's Bandai developing this one, but it's not Clap Hands, which is the people who would do the older Everybody's Golf. So there's a little bit of uncertainty on whether or not it's going to have that same quality as the last one on PS4. But who knows? I'm still excited. It looks great. I mean, Pac-Man. What's not to like?
Exactly.
I'll tell you what's not to like about Pac-Man.
Pac-Man World.
Yeah, whatever that game's called. The
Pac-Man World
or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So, and with these Koopa Combats, if we get enough people and we have this competition, we give away prizes. We give away money. We give away gift cards, whatever. I got holes burning in my pocket just to throw out gift cards and things. So we'll definitely have some giveaways for that if the game is worth your time and our time. All right. That's what we have there. Look forward to that game coming out this Friday, September 5th. Next up, we're so excited about this. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this. I can't wait. So our friend and good compadre, Hambone Johnny, has devised a game. I don't know if you had tuned in several episodes ago. We did a Temu. Hambone Johnny would pull things from Temu and say, which one of these items would you like? We played that. We had such a blast. Had good laughs. That was fun. Today, Hambone Johnny has another game for us to play. We love games here on the 8-Bit Clubhouse podcast. Games are kind of our thing. So, Hambone Johnny, take it away.
All right. Well, inspired by our wonderful Temu games, I've got a new game for you guys today.
All right.
Hopefully, you're going to be able to see my screen here. For folks audio only, we'll do our best to describe what we're seeing here. Let me share my screen and we'll get right into it. Yes, share my screen.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Tonight's game is Hambone in the Wild.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. For those at home, we've got
wait, there's sound? I don't know
in the world.
I'm not sure that will come through, but
in the wild,
heard it.
You guys heard it. All right, good.
Yeah, there was a moaning sound there, and we were looking at a picture of Hambone Johnny on a motorcycle surrounded by ferocious male lions in a jungle, and at the top it says Hambone in the Wild.
Incredible.
Indeed. So, similar to our Temu games, but different, I went out into the wild to source ridiculous items for us to react to. So, in today's edition of Hambone in the Wild, It is Home Goods. I went to Home Goods, boys.
I went
All right.
I
Now
went
tell
to
me,
Home
wait,
Goods.
what is Home Goods?
Is
Home
that
Goods,
you don't have
it's
Home
like
Goods?
TJ Maxx for rugs and random home items and overpriced shitty furniture.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
So-
I think we do have them here. I've never been to a Home Goods, so
So I'm going to show you guys 5 different images of items that I found that I really loved. All these items that I went shopping for. I did not purchase any of these items,
Oh,
but
that's my next question.
I did pull some price tags off these items. I'm going to show you guys each one of these 5 items. You're going to tell me how much you think they are. Once we've gone through all 5, I'm going to show you the 5 prices, and I'm going to have you guys assign the price to each one of
Okay.
the 5 items. So, onwards
Oh,
with the
man.
game.
This is incredible.
First up, we have Grandma Pumpkin.
what in the this is an actual thing. You didn't
Ti-
use AI on this, right?
No, this is an actual thing. Tis
You
the
bought
season.
that.
It's
You bought
September
that.
1st.
This-
And you got to go to the Halloween section. Everything's out, right?
Yeah.
So I was like,
Can we
oh,
get
look at these
a-
nice. There's a wicker pumpkin. There's regular pumpkins, and then I look at this butte right here.
Can we get
Grandma
some
Pumpkin.
dimensions on this thing? Like, is this like I need to know?
Basketball sized,
Yeah,
okay.
I'd say. It's like styrofoam. She's got a little schmutz on her chin there. I'm not sure what that is, but
Was it
A
called
little
Grandma Pumpkin?
schmutz.
no,
Or
it's what I named it. I have no idea.
All right, I have a price to lock in.
All right,
All
lock
right,
it in, Drew.
For those at home, this is a pumpkin-like item. It looks like a pumpkin with a face on it that looks kind of realistic.
Yeah, it's got eyebrows.
An elderly lady face on a pumpkin with a stem that looks like maybe some hair there.
Yeah,
Drew, what's your price there?
I'm locking in $7.99.
Oh, no way, man. This is now if I go $8, do I win because I'm closer or okay.
I'm not gonna. No, this is just preparation for the final game. So like,
Yeah.
just get
Okay.
trying.
This pumpkin's
get that.
definitely $23.99.
Oh my God, you're insane.
a couple good
Yeah,
guesses.
that's why it's still on the shelf if it's that price.
That might be why it's still on the shelf. We shall see. We'll come
Now,
back to you, Grandma.
I don't know.
I need
I
to
don't
take
know
some
how
notes
value Home Goods is.
I gotta
so.
use my Super Mario notebook for this one.
All right, there
I
we
like
go.
All right, item number 2.
Item number 2. This
Bear
is the
lamp.
Ooh.
bear lamp. This looks
There's-
like a giant gummy bear with
Giant-
a lamp on.
Shit,
Yes,
the top.
there was 3 of them there. They're all blue. This was the one that was closest to my eye level, so this was the one I chose to take a lovely image of. But I'm like, what a nice item for like a young child's room.
Okay.
Bear lamp.
Cruz, you go first on this one. This is something.
I'm gonna go $20 on the bear lamp.
That's Kuz's number apparently.
I'm going $13.99.
$13.99. This is a
way,
full size
man.
lamp, guys. I don't know
Yeah.
the last time you went lamp shopping, but
Throw some dimensions on that sucker. What do you got here? This is
That's
like,
that's 10-inch bear. That's a 10-inch bear.
that's a
Bear?
10-inch. That's a 10-inch bear.
yeah.
Oh man.
Easy.
Okay.
So all right, that's fine. We'll keep moving on.
Did you turn the price tag around for that photo?
Oh, absolutely, I did.
I love it. I
Dude,
love it.
I love
The-
the effort.
Hambone in the
was
wild.
serious. I was in the aisle with people. I'm taking pictures of like they're thinking I'm super weird. You just wait to see we've got some hits coming up here shortly.
Yeah, we already have.
It was a very awkward time. Next up is Little Body.
I love that Hambo named all these.
Me too. Me too. Just a white power.
It might be my favorite part of this is just to
Just-
see what you named everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the hand in the picture there. We don't need more of that next time, so I can get a scale.
Yeah, well, that's scale one for like, okay, that's my fingers. This is a little body. This is like,
Mhm.
kind of a glorified paperweight, I would say, in terms of size. But I also wanted to cover the price, which is why my fingers were there. This is just I wouldn't even call it a bust, right? Bust is shoulders up,
This
right?
is-
This
this
is
is
a bust
pelvic.
shoulders down,
Pelvic to net.
anti-bust, if you will, of just
Anti-bust?
a man's body
A
sculpted
torso.
a torso on a stick attached to a piece of granite is what we've got here. Coos, how much do you think little body costs?
Oh man, I'm gonna go a little less here and say $15.99.
Okay. All right. Drew, how about your take on little body?
This is the most expensive item you showed so far. By
Oh,
far.
you're crazy, man.
Listen,
Wow.
I'm going $21.99.
$21.99. Okay. Those are some good guesses, guys. Next up, of course, following little body
Big body.
is big body.
Okay. All right. Now we're cooking.
You'll notice it's very, very similar, and it just so happened to be next to little body. But I had to hold this thing. Like I'm holding this thing.
I
With
see
my
the
hand.
hand.
So
I
it's
see
not
this
just. It's
This
not
is
just,
bigger. This is bigger
not
than
just
little
a
body.
paperweight. This is, and for scale, I'm like, you know what, guys, I need a little bit more of like just a comparison. So I wanted to just do a quick.
For those at home, Hambone Johnny took a selfie of him holding this decaying torso.
Decaying with
what is this
big
made
body.
of? Is this plastic?
It's like plaster, maybe. I don't know. It seemed like a sculpture.
I think you're throwing us off here. I'm going little body is more expensive than big body here.
Oh, dude, no way.
And I'm going $20.99.
Wow. That's a deal on big body right here. Coos, where are you at on big body?
You know, little body was solid black and had it was a little more holy. You could see through it more. It seems more kind of lighter weight. Large body, big body. Sorry, excuse me, big body, not large body. Looks a little more solid, like it has some more material. Darth Platypus says he's guessing $37 for little body and 60 bucks for big body. So Darth Platypus is shooting for the moon here.
He is.
My question for you is, what is this for? Is this in the Halloween section, like be spooky?
No, this is like regular
decor.
Year-round decor.
Okay,
obviously, Grandma Pumpkin was in the Halloween section. This is just year-round. It could be. I could have this upstairs. You would never know. Year-round.
I think I went. What did I go? Like $16 on little body. I'm gonna add another 10 for big body. So let's go $26 here on big body.
These are good. These are good guesses, guys. All right, last item of the night. I walked around the store. I'm like, I gotta have 5 items. I'm not sure what's going on, and I circled back around to the Halloween section, and I found probably my favorite item of the day: which wiener dog trough.
I love it. I love it. I've got 2 wiener dogs at home. This is a silver wiener dog, but also one that you can put candy in.
With a witch's
I was
hat.
actually wondering what it was for. Like it would fit a hot dog perfect, but candy is probably
dog with bun.
With bun, it would fit right there.
Did you buy this for Coos? Because I think you might want it.
I think I have to go back. It sounds like he's really into it.
Take a visit to the Home Goods. Which wiener dog trough?
Is this a solid like metal? Is this heavy?
This is like solid metal. I don't know about the hats, but the dog body certainly is a solid piece of metal here.
So this is quality wiener material.
Quality wiener material, indeed.
All right, Drew.
I'm going $16.99.
Oh. See, now you're stealing my prices. You were going like $5 on these things. Now you're upping your antes here.
It up, yeah.
I think wiener dogs are a hot commodity these days. I see them out on the streets. I see them walking around town. People love the wieners. I'm going to go $20 on this guy.
Wow, that's the first one. You went higher than me, I think. No, big body. I've been going down.
Yeah. Okay. So those are our 5 items, guys, and now is when I get to share what the prices are.
Wow. No way on the wiener dog.
No. Hold on. They're not lined up exactly.
We have to line them up.
Oh, okay,
you have to line them up. You have to line them up. So one of these items is $19.99. Who is $19.99?
That's more expensive than everything I said.
Yeah, exactly. Don't take Drew to Home Goods. He's going to have a heart attack.
Wiener dogs, $20. That's what I guessed. I'm
Wiener
gonna
do-
stick with that.
You guys are
Yeah.
both in on Wiener Dog for $20.
I think so.
All right, which item is 25 or
Pumpkin.
24.99?
Grandma Pumpkin.
Grandma Pumpkin.
Grandma Pumpkin. All right. The next price is $29.99.
Lamp.
Got
Gotta be
three
bear
options
lamp.
left.
Got to be bear lamp.
Bear
Yeah.
lamp.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
right, now
think
we've got-
that-
We have little body and big body left, and two significant prices here.
So was
One
one on
left.
sale?
What-
Is that
One
what
was
that is?
$59.99. The other one was $89.99, marked
Yeah.
down to $65 even.
I'm going. I think the smaller one's more money. I think that's weighted. It's probably like cast iron. The other one seems cheap and flimsy.
I mean, I was able to pick it up with one hand, but I will say it was pretty hefty. So
I'm
will
gonna
give you that.
go.
We
I'm
gotta
gonna go
go-
with the thing that makes sense. Little body is
Yeah.
the less money.
All right,
little
I
body,
agree. End
$59.99.
of the day, you're probably right.
and big body is
God,
this one.
I said little body was. I said big body was $20.
You did say big body was $20. All right, let me check here.
Way off.
You guys got one right.
No way.
No.
One right. One right.
If I had to guess,
Which one
pumpkin.
did you get right?
Pumpkin.
No, I
Wrong.
would say I'd say the Wiener Dog's 25.
No,
Maybe
guys,
the
big
la-
body. Big body.
Big body's
Big
25
body
bucks.
was
Told you it was cheap.
big body was $65.
Oh, we got that one right.
Oh yeah, we did get that one right.
Yeah. All right. So
Get outta here
Grandma
with that
Pumpkin.
Oh
was-
my goodness, Bear Lamp was
$19.99.
$60.
Bear lamp was $60,
No one's spending
$59.99.
60 That's never selling.
Little body was $29.99. Big body $89.99, marked down to $65. What a steal! And of course, hot dog wiener trough was
Uh-huh.
$25.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man,
Or
I
24,
never
yeah.
would have got that lamp. I never would have
No.
guessed that lamp.
Yeah.
I would have probably narrowed down the other ones, but that lamp for $60
lamp
is
was a-
crazy.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So
Crazy.
that was Hambone in the Wild. I hope you guys enjoyed.
it.
I had fun
I
time
loved
putting that
it.
together.
Well done,
Thank you
Hambone.
for doing that, Hambone. That was highly entertaining. And
That was great.
for those at home that are listening, you can go back and watch that on youtube.com and or twitch.tv _8bit _clubhouse. I mess that up all the time, y'all.
Okay.
But check out our video streams if you want to go watch and take a guess on what you think those items cost. That was fantastic, Hambone. Thank you so much.
You inspired me. I'm gonna have to start looking now when I do out for some. Nice
Yeah,
things.
yeah. I'm gonna have to. I may put a spin on that and say
Me
"Coos in the
too.
Wild."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you today. Let me tell you something. A lot of you all listen to this podcast on your favorite podcast listening service, the audio version, which is awesome. Thank you all for listening to our podcast. We're on all your favorite. I don't know what they all are. I only have Apple. What are they, Drew? What?
We got
Spotify.
Spotify,
I don't
Cast
know.
bots
Catcher?
or something like that. I don't know. I should know. I publish them
I
on
think
all of them
so,
every
too.
day.
Yeah,
We give 'em a
everywhere
lot.
that has
Yeah.
podcasts, we're on them. So thank you all for listening to
thank you.
those. Shout out especially to my daughter Avery, who listens to our
Woo.
podcast as she plays her Switch and listens to the podcast. So she is an audio listener. For those that are not audio listeners, we'd like to say join us on Twitch. Subscribe to our Twitch channel. That's what we need. We need a few more subscriptions on Twitch, a few more on. If I can get 10 more subscriptions on YouTube, then we can live stream there and Twitch at the
Ooh.
same time, which I'm really hoping I can do. So we just need a few more subscriptions on YouTube and Twitch. So thank you all for listening to the podcast. Thank you for watching. If you don't subscribe to those, please do. And also our Discord is where if you've heard us talk about the Koopa Combats. To get more information on that is really through our Discord. That's how you submit your photos for the games you played and how you win the money, how you win the cold hard cash is by being on our Discord and supplying your top scores there with the games we play. So we have some good times over there on the Discord, and share some discourse on the Discord. I'm going to trademark that because that's like the third time I've said it. So I'm going to keep rolling with that tagline. So thank you all for listening tonight and for watching tonight. We appreciate all the new viewers, and we are out of here. We'll catch you next time at the clubhouse.
Peace.
See ya.